Hey everybody, and welcome to Global's Fall TV Preview presented by ET Canada. I'm here at Chorus Central and couldn't be more pumped about Global's Fall Primetime lineup, which we have broken down by the day of the week to make it very easy for you to plan accordingly. And we're going to kick things off with a show that is going through a major change for season 2.
How did this come about? All of a sudden you just said, hey, we have to have her on for a guest appearance, and then it felt so good that it was obvious what needed to happen.
It was 10 years ago. You want to get into it?
No, because I don't live in the past. I live in the present. She came on the first show, and I think everybody here was just like, when she left, we were like, ooh. She's just, it's amazing. It was an amazing feel. And Erin, who was great on the show before, was awesome. But it's just a different thing. We were planning on taking the show in a different way. From the very beginning, it was going to go that way. And, it was just one of those things where when we had Lee on the show, it was just, it just hit another level. It was just amazing.
Get ready for a completely new Kevin Can Wait. Kevin's on-screen wife, played by Erin Hayes, has been killed off. Season 2 will pick up sometime after her death, with Leah returning as Kevin's police partner, Vanessa. Now, you may remember her from the final 2 episodes of season 1.
Why is it that every time I'm around you, my life goes into the toilet?
You don't normally get a chance to do a show for 9 years and then come back and get to work with someone you adore so much.
Totally, which is such an amazing call. I didn't expect to get it. When I got it, my first reaction was to cry. I said, how many episodes? And they said, no, all. And I was like, what? And you don't get many chances in life to come back to something that you love so much and have such great memories. And to work now with this crew, I mean, everybody embraced me day one. This feels like another family to me already. It's so soon, and it's a blessing.
How do you take this show, take this chemistry, take the fan base that you have, and make sure this show is fresh and new and different? How do you guys go about doing that?
We put it, this is a different situation. We're
not
working,
married.
we're not married together. I have kids, and we're working together, and it's a different dynamic, and I'm excited for it that way, because I get to play off her, and we get to have that tension at work and stuff, and it just makes it a lot more fun. And then we can be in the world of I can help her with her boyfriends or this or that, and get involved with relationships. It's just a different angle. I've never done that before.
Monday isn't just bringing the laughs, it's also bringing the action in The Brave.
We didn't come this far to leave Kimberly Wells behind.
The show follows the complex world of America's elite undercover military heroes, but what makes The Brave different is its diverse cast.
The fact that we have representations from different countries in our cast is the best news anybody could ever give us. We embrace the world. We aren't the brave of America, we're the brave, and there's braves everywhere, and we're going to connect with them.
There is a Muslim character who's on the good side. There are strong female characters in the show. There are questions and lines in the show that you hear that are not necessarily what you hear on television, and they do make a little bit of a political statement in it, not in the traditional political sense of where we are in terms of elections today.
Were you raised Muslim, Jazz?
I was raised a New Yorker.
And to be the bravest of the brave, you got to be in tip-top shape, which means these actors were put through an intensive training regime.
It's fun. I mean, I grew up wrestling, so for me, this is just an extension of what my life was like growing up. I mean, I spent my life cutting weight and dieting and kicking my butt, and you did the same thing. So it's, we're an active bunch, we're a capable bunch. It's actually enjoyable. I mean, to push yourself to the limit.
I miss food, I miss sugar, I miss dairy, I miss wheat, but I also, I'm learning to love protein and what it does for my body. I'm strict, I'm committed, I'm not giving up. I'm like, I've got this far, I'm gonna keep going and keep going, keep training to become the strongest, fittest, healthiest version of myself.
I think the training gets us where we need to be and keeps us in that vibe zone. So bring it on.
And joining the Monday lineup on October 2nd, the comedy 9JKL.
You're exactly where you should be.
Surrounded by your loving family in the apartment we kept because we knew one day you'd get divorced from that cold woman who didn't know a good thing.
Loosely based on Mark Feuerstein's experiences living in the same apartment building as his family, 9JKL follows a recently divorced actor who moves back to New York and has what you might call an overbearing family.
At what point did you realize you were actually living a television show?
I was living between my parents in the apartment that I grew up in and my brother, his wife, and their baby in their apartment. And I told this to a producer, and he said, "That's a TV show. That's a TV show." Again, and I can't stress this enough, I'm only staying here temporarily.
We'll see.
Now, was it a nightmare actually when you were living there?
What are you guys doing?
Pretend we're not here. We just want to watch.
On the one hand, my father would be in my room at 7 o'clock in the morning going, Mark, you want eggs? You want French toast? But it was also fabulous because I had all this special time with my parents that I wouldn't have had otherwise, and it was great.
I'm sure the casting went over well because you have an amazing cast in the show.
I have to tell you, my parents were over the moon that they were being played by Elliot Gould and Linda Lavin, who are such TV veterans, who are so brilliant. And David Walton my brother couldn't do better than that handsome guy to play him.
And you're living next to your parents like a 10-year-old.
You are also living next to our parents like a 10-year-old.
Now that Monday's out of the way, it is time for a drama-filled Tuesday with 2 returning favorites and a new series that will definitely have you talking.
NCIS doesn't often end on a cliffhanger, you know, the way they did this season. Can you offer fans any reassurances?
Nick, you got him! Sid, what are you doing?
I can tell you this, it's going to be a very tough operation to get our boys back. I can tell you that it's going to be dangerous and that something crazy happens.
So here's what we know. Jennifer Esposito's Alex is out and Maria Bello is in, playing a top forensic psychologist and army lieutenant who will rub Gibbs the wrong way. And we all know what that means.
Would you like to see a little romance for your character?
I think that his type of job, you know, his rank, the way that he's become, hasn't really allowed him to really fall again because they become a target. But, you know, Nick Torres have to have a little fun too, you know? So I think this season, I think something is gonna happen this season for sure.
Over on the legal drama Bull, former NCIS star Michael Weatherly is back for a second season.
I told you to trust me.
What would you like to see for yourself in season 2? Like for your character?
I'd like him to lose 10, 15 pounds. I'd like him to get more rest.
There's no rest for Bull, especially with Jill Flint returning as fan favorite Diana Lindsay.
You know, Jason, I was thinking, maybe you might want to come visit me some weekend.
But are the rumors true that Michael's former NCIS love interest, played by Cody DePablo, could make an appearance?
There's also talk that maybe a Tiva reunion could happen on the second season of Bull.
Here's what I think is possible.
Okay.
In the world. In a world of where all things are possible.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that there is some world, some way, somehow, where there's a Tony and Ziva moment. But I don't know when it's gonna be, and I don't know how it's gonna be. Fingers crossed.
And rounding out your Tuesday night, new TV series Law & Order True Crime, The Menendez Murders.
He told me everything. How you shot your parents, where you bought the shotguns.
Obviously, it's a terrible thing that they killed their parents. I do feel like I have more empathy for possible reasons why they did it. It's really sad and dark.
This is the first in the Law & Order franchise to deliver a gripping, in-depth dramatization of a true crime in 8 episodes.
Doesn't add up. These boys did not want for anything. Good athletes, good students. People like that don't just wake up one morning and turn into Charlie Manson.
Following the very public Menendez brothers murder case, Law & Order True Crime will show you what happened when the cameras stopped rolling.
We were told basically what we were supposed to know, and the rest was kept secret, and it's crucial.
Moving on to Wednesday now, where Global's jam-packed lineup will for sure give you the energy you'll need to finish off the rest of your week.
Well, we tend to play a risky game in Survivor called Let's Find the Best People We Can, and then let's figure out what to do with them.
For season 35 of Survivor, 18 new castaways will be split up into 3 teams: the heroes, the healers, and the hustlers.
What I'm going to try to do here is use information like a weapon. I'm going to try to get people to trust me, and then I'm going to use whatever insecurities they've exposed to get them to vote my way.
One of the themes of Heroes, Healers, and Hustlers was the idea of secrets between players. And it's really interesting what happened in a season in which we told people this is an opportunity for you to have a secret. What they did with it. Humans are weird.
Joining Survivor is the high-octane military drama SEAL Team.
How waterlogged are you guys at the end of every day? We're not always in the water.
Air, land, sea, air, land.
I hope there's more land than water, right?
Guys, stop. You're way overthinking this, right? We're not swimming the prisoner out, okay?
We're going in the same way we're going out. That's what y'all.
SEALs are something that are action-packed, and you always see them in movies, but you don't see a lot of them portrayed on television shows.
We are mission-based in our show, but we're also really talking about the human beings behind that, their complicated family lives, and the relationships between us, and the fun that is had.
SEAL Team follows the members of the most elite unit of the Navy SEALs, but not all cast members had to train for the role.
Obviously, I play a CIA analyst. So I have the heavy lifting inside the air-conditioned office. I'm on a radio, I got a lot of lingo. It's a super fun dynamic with this group. It moves so quickly and the stakes are life or death.
You found time to rid the world of one of its few dozen or so most evil people. I'd call that a good night's work.
And finally, Chicago PD returns for a 5th season.
And I do not regret what I did here.
With Sophia Bush's Erin Lindsay leaving last season, expect Halstead to get a new partner. Enter Detective Haley Upton.
To me, I'm just joining the team. There's no filling of any shoes, there's no replacing. In my opinion, I mean, she's wonderful and her character will always be there, and I'm just hanging out over here.
And another new partnership will be formed, this one between returning John Seda and Marina Squarciati.
It's great. These are people that I started back 4 or 5 years ago, so it's incredible to be back, and I'm looking forward to what this season brings. It's season 5, but it's like a new season.